It doesn't discriminate and can strike when least expected. Suicide claims almost 800,000 lives globally each year, far more men than women. People who suffer from mental health issues are often exposed to prejudice and intolerance. But is mental health the only cause? What can be done to help those who need it most? Often it takes a high-profile death to bring attention to the suffering. In June, fashion designer Kate Spade and TV chef Anthony Bourdain took their own lives.
I think this one was a real surprise to everyone. I've spoken to some of his friends and they said that he has said lately that he's the happiest he's ever been. So I don't think this was really expected.
Around the world, one person commits suicide every 40 seconds and many more attempt it. The World Health Organization predicts that by 2020 that will increase to 1 every 20 seconds. It's the second biggest cause of death among 15 to 29-year-olds globally. Across America, the suicide rate rose by 30% between 2000 and 2016. The tragic and very public deaths of Spade and Bourdain saw a 65% spike in calls and texts to crisis centres.
People aren't necessarily going to reach out themselves. We have to keep reaching out to each other to check in and make sure that we're all okay.
How does increased coverage and discussion around suicide and mental health affect the numbers? The link between suicide and mental disorders has been established in high-income countries, although many deaths happen impulsively in moments of crisis. Inequality, conflict, disaster, violence, abuse, loss or isolation are all thought to influence suicidal behaviour. New Zealand ranks number 8 in the Happiness Index, but it hides a dark secret. In 2017, the suicide rate of teenagers between 15 and 19 was the highest out of 41 OECD and EU countries. There are concerns media coverage raises the risk of copycats. In over 2 years in the Welsh town of Bridgend, 23 young people committed suicide. Confused and worried locals said media reports glamorised suicide. In the UK, there was a 3.6% fall in the suicide rate from 2015 to 16, the largest decrease in 20 years. The World Health Organization recognises suicide as a public health priority and is supporting countries to develop their own strategy. But have governments waited too long to invest in prevention and research? How can we turn the tragedy of suicide into hope?